We're going to be talking about Uber losing their appeal. So what's going on, Sergio? Are drivers going to become employees?
No, but this is important decision actually. Um, okay, so let me set this up real quick. Okay, in 2019, something became the law called AB5, which codified every single gig worker as employees of these companies. At which point, these companies sued. Right? This is that lawsuit that's been going on still, Chris. Okay, they sued saying that they do not fall under the employee umbrella. Finally, 4 years later, five almost years later, right? This is how slow the court systems go. But in the meantime, while they were ignoring the law and filing this lawsuit, which went all the way to the federal appeals court, Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Grubhub, all these gig companies, spent $250 million and passed something called Prop 22, which is under appeal for its constitutionality at the California Supreme Court. So you understand where Uber's money is going. You know, those high-priced lawyers are probably charging them $1,500 an hour, and at court they're probably charging $5,000 an hour. But Uber is not short of cash. That's what it is. This is that lawsuit that the 11-judge panel of the 9th U.S. District Court of Appeals upheld the lower court ruling that said Uber failed to show that the 2020 state law known as AB5 unfairly singled out app-based transportation companies. So finally, after 4 years, that case is coming to a close because there is no more. This is it. Now, hold on. What's going to happen here, Chris, is this puts actually more weight on what's happening with Proposition 22 at the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court comes and knocks down Proposition 22 in California as unconstitutional, with the backing of this decision, AB5 will be the law the next day, which at that time we will hear from Uber and Lyft, we're going to leave, most likely. So this is an important decision. Now, the next cog in this wheel is Prop 22 decision. If it's found unconstitutional, game on. We're all employees. We're all going to wear our Uber hats and Lyft shirts and DoorDash jackets, and we're out there. And of course, we know what's going to happen, but let's not put the cart before the horse. We have to wait for that decision. So this is an important decision that Uber lost, actually, the appeal. So there you go.
Yep. So I don't think, though, Uber said in a statement Monday that the ruling would not change the status of its relationship with drivers who are considered to be contractors under the 2020 ballot initiative known as Prop 22. Yeah. And that's going to be interesting to see what happens in that particular case.
That's the one.
Chances are, from what I've seen, they're going to uphold Prop 22, though, because it was voted on by the population of California. So it's very hard to overturn those. But there could be some constitutionality issues in there. And, that's what they're going to go through. That's what they're going to look at. And if there are some issues, whether it was voted on or not, you still have to challenge it to the Constitution, which is the supreme law in the land. And if it's found unconstitutional, well, they will overturn it. And then, it reverts back to AB5. So seeing what Uber, honestly, being that California is their bread and butter, it's their top markets, it's where they were born. I don't see them pulling the bullshit that they're going to leave. They're going to say it, and they're going to do their whiny little crap again. The little whiny toddler who can't get their way. They're going to do that. And you know what? California honestly just needs to smack them on the ass a little bit. Say, too bad, so sad. And, maybe the Uber will go back to what they were doing in the interim between AB5 and Prop 22, where they were giving the perception of drivers getting more say in, how they were able to charge, whether it was what was it, like a 0.8x to a 5x on the ride. They were able to see the upfront information and a couple other things that were introduced. So it'll be definitely an interesting thing to see. One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
That's a good comment there. Okay, so Prop 22 is constitutional, seeing the voters, not the state Congress, not the legislators, approve the measure. I agree. However, please stay tuned. I have an amazing article with Levi Sumagaisai of Cal Matters coming out. We've been working on this for months, and it's going to basically put out what Prop 22 is and how shady these companies were during that campaign, right? And I don't want to give up too much more, but it's going to be an amazing article. She's an amazing journalist, and I don't think, look, I don't think the Supreme Court is going to find it unconstitutional. I agree with you, and I don't think they're going to read this article and say, "Wait a minute, nobody told us that," which I'm right. But we're just going to break this Prop 22 down to its skeleton. And then maybe the voters will understand what they voted for, because I still don't think the voters know what they voted for. They just watch those thousands of commercials on CNN and every other channel every other minute, just like it's happening now in Massachusetts, Chris.
Yeah,
they're going to destroy the best market on the planet.
Huge.
They're going to destroy that market. I'm telling you, Prop 22 or its clone becomes law there, and it's going to the ballot. It's in the ballot, 5 of them. Okay. At Boston and Massachusetts, being the top state and city in the country, are going to get destroyed. Absolutely get destroyed. And so, to me, the reality, or the actual what Prop 22 is going to come out, and I'm going to do my best to blast the crap out of that article everywhere. Everybody must read that. More than drivers, consumers need to read that, because consumers are the ones voted for it. And did they know when they were voting for it in 2019? I bet not. So anyway, so we'll leave it at that.
Because it's the same thing as like these 1,000-page bills that go through, the House and the Senate at the federal level. You think they're reading everything? Hell no. They're putting in their own little piece, and then it just gets brushed over and voted on at that point, and then it finally gets all dissected. Like, oh, what does this actually mean in here, and this and that? It's the same exact thing. All it is a propaganda campaign that they were doing, and they chose what people wanted to see, what they wanted to let people know that would affect them personally versus the actuality of it. So it's like a magic trick. Oh, look over here, but really this is where you want to look. So
well, we couldn't do much about it during the ballot, right? When the ballot was up for vote, because all the gig companies, I shouldn't just say Uber, all the gig companies spent 250 million. Do you know what the what the other side spent? No on Prop 22.
It was like 200,000, right?
No, it was they were outnumbered by like 8 to 1. They spent about 30 million, and yes on Prop 22 spent about 250 million. So when you outspend somebody 8 to 1, I mean, what else is there to do?
I mean, you could go back to 2016.
Yeah, anyway,
that was a big upset.
We'll keep you posted.
$1 billion to lose.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they're protecting, right? I mean, that's what they're protecting. They're protecting. Then it was not that big of, well, still was billions of dollars of market capitalization. Today, look at Uber. Uber is $67 a share. That's $140 billion market capitalization they're protecting, right? And Lyft, same, another, a few billion, and DoorDash, another few billion. I mean, you're looking at a few $100 billion in equity they're trying to protect themselves, obviously. But anyway, so when that comes out, I will definitely let you guys know what we're talking about there. So, but anyway,
we'll highlight it for sure on the show as well too. But the bulk will have to be read, because there'll be so much in-depth information there, kind of like the RSG newsletter, right?
Yeah, it'll definitely be in there. Guarantee you that.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.